That's amazing. That's so good. Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Jason. This is Art of Creation Homestead in the kitchen once again, and we're doing a nice, quick, easy, more like an appetizer that's really good for parties, good for, you know, big gathering type things. Because hey, it's Christmas. We want to create, you know, recipes that's just good for sharing with people, having fun. We're not thinking about health here. We're thinking about having fun. All right. So what we're doing is a nice, beautiful pizza dip with the breadsticks and the dip and everything. Okay. So Angela Kay dreamed this up. She's the brains behind this whole thing, anyways. So let's let her tell you what's going on.
We're gonna start out by making our breadsticks for dipping. And all you need, I have a cookie sheet here, just what is called a jelly roll pan. And I've lined it with foil. You can use parchment paper or foil. And I'm gonna just drizzle a little of extra virgin olive oil on. And now I have my homemade pizza crust, which the video will be coming for how to make homemade pizza crust.
You can use whatever crust you want for this.
You can use whatever crust you want. You can buy it from the store. You can buy it from your local pizza place. Whatever you want to do. It's going to work no matter what. This is just for dippers. You want to push it out as far as you can push it out. It's going to shrink back on you because the gluten is nice and worked, so it's going to shrink back on you, but that's fine. Now I'm going to flip it over so that you get the oiled side.
Why'd you flip it over?
That way you get the oiled side on top. Okay. And you get some oil on the bottom now too.
Ah, oily.
Yes, you want some oil on it.
Olive oil, good flavor for it.
Yep. Now you want to kind of poke it.
That's annoying. Don't poke me.
Pocahontas. Okay.
Why'd you poke it?
You do that so that it will hold the Parmesan cheese and everything that you're about to put on it.
Gotcha.
So now I'm going to drizzle just a little bit more. Just a wee bit more.
A wee bit. What little voices?
Oven's ready. It's preheated to 425, by the way.
Yep.
And I've got to get this oil off my hands. So I'll be right back.
Just like that.
I'm back. Now, you want to take some Parmesan cheese. You want to do a nice little layer of Parmesan cheese. Not giving measurements here because it's all up to you.
Yep.
Most of this dip is going to be up to you. Just up to what you like. So I want a nice little layer. That should be it. That should do it. And now we're going to sprinkle on a little Italian seasoning. You want to crush it between your fingers to open back up the oils and bring out the flavor. And now we are going to take our hands and push all of that in. Now, this is going to go into your oven and it will bake until it's nice and golden brown on the bottom and the cheese starts to brown and get nice and gooey on top. Okay, now we're going to start on the dip. Here we have a 9.5 inch glass pie dish. See, just a regular glass pie dish. And we're going to start layering because this is going to be a layered dip. We're going to start with whole milk ricotta cheese. So you're just going to do a nice little layer of whole milk ricotta.
Say it like an old proper Italian. Ricotta. Ricotta.
Ricotta.
Ricotta.
Ricotta.
Or say it like you're from North Carolina. Ricotta.
Ricotta?
No, no We don't put on it. Ricotta. We don't put an on stuff. We just ricotta.
Now you can put as much as you want. Like I said, I'm not giving you measurements here. This is all up to you. Now I forgot the salt.
No salt.
Because I want just a little bit of
I'm
salt.
not adding salt here.
Okay, I used a 15-ounce container of whole milk ricotta cheese. You can use part skim. I prefer whole milk. It's richer. Now I'm going to sprinkle on just a little bit of salt. Just a itty bitty bit, because you're gonna add a lot of salty ingredients, so you really don't need a ton. And I'm gonna do a little bit of pepper for the pepper man that I'm married to. Now we are going to add just a little sprinkle of some cheesy goodness with some Parmesan cheese. And a little bit of, you can use mozzarella or an Italian blend. I'm using Italian blend. Just a little sprinkle is all you're looking for here. Because we'll get more cheesy goodness in just a few minutes. Now, here comes the pizza sauce. I'm using homemade, and that's coming up in another video. But you can use your favorite store brand. And once again, it's up to how much sauce you want. It's like your pizza. How much sauce do you like on your pizza? You can see it's kind of clumpy. This has been frozen. So it's still a little frozen, but it's fine. And you just want to spread it out all the way to the ends. I think if this is on a table at a party, I think it's going to be one of the first things going off the table. At least I hope.
Now, if you like to eat your breadsticks doused in marinara, you may want to use a lot.
Yes.
I mean, because
yes.
this is going to be the moisture for your breadstick, by the way.
Yes. See, I just did a nice layer.
Yeah.
Basically. And from here, you go with what you like on your pizza.
Do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want. If you just like pepperoni and cheese, go with pepperoni and cheese. If you want olives, peppers, onions, sausage, do any of it. Right now, I'm putting on some chopped up pepperoni. You don't want to put on whole pieces. You want to chop it up. Yep. Because you want it bite size. Because you're scooping it up with your breadstick dippers. So I chopped it up in nice little bite-sized pieces. You want to make sure everybody gets some pepperoni love.
Again, you use as much as you want.
Yes.
But be cautious.
Yes.
You don't want too much of anything.
Okay, there we go. Now we are going to put a good layer of that Italian blend or mozzarella, whichever you like, all over the top. We're going to do really cheesy because we're cheesy people. And then we are going to top with a little Parmesan cheese for that little salty pop that I love on pizza. And now for the beautifulness that I always put on top of my pizza. I always put some dried oregano on top of my pizza, just a little sprinkle. I love that smell when you put that on there. And now it's ready to go into the oven. And it will go into a 350-degree oven until everything's melted and bubbly and oozy. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Our pizza crust dippers is out of the oven. And as you can see, beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. And we're gonna let it rest for just a few minutes and then I'll show you how to cut it. While our pizza dip is finishing up in the oven, I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting our dippers. I'm gonna cut down the middle because you don't want them to be long strips. So I'm gonna cut down the middle. And then from there, you'll just cut it into strips. Whatever size you want. Just into good breadsticks.
If you're trying to fool people, make them think it's more than it is, you cut thinner strips, right?
Yeah, you could do that. Now, I'm just gonna keep cutting and I'll show you what the dip looks like when it's done. Our pizza dip is out of the oven now. It baked for about 25 to 30 minutes until it's all bubbly. Now you wanna let it cool just a little bit.
Let it rest.
You are going to burn your pie hole if you don't.
Burn that sucker up. All right, we got this cooled some. And now you're gonna wanna let this sit for a little bit. It's probably been close to 10 minutes for us now. Since we got it out. You're gonna wanna let it sit a little bit, let it cool. It's gonna tighten up that way because like ricotta has a little moisture content, has a water content. So if you get in there too quick, it might feel like it's too watery or something. Let it cool down, let it relax and tighten up. It'll be fine. You don't wanna touch it too quick anyways because it's just gonna burn your full self. So here it is. All right, got a little dip on it. That's amazing. That's so good. That's a beautiful job. It's like a deconstructed pizza almost. You know, because you got your crust, got your pizza down there. Just dip it. It's so good. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed these videos. We're going to continue to do a couple more. Alright, so thank you all. Again, my name is Jason. That's Angela Kay. We love you guys. God bless you and goodbye.